What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Vortex Report. Appreciate you guys for joining. We're here to bring the energy and the news to you. Obviously, what's going on with sports, specifically basketball around this state right now. I got my guys EthanMurphyMedia and C12media K Smith with me today, so we're gonna have to get into it. Appreciate you fellas for joining. Let's get everything rolling. We got a kind of simple slate for you guys today. Back to the basics of what we got going on. Last week we switched it up a little bit. Had a guest come on, Nigel Wright spoke with us, talked about the matchup showcase, and rest in peace to Kevin Miller. We talked about his impact on the state and guys like Chris Boyd and Nick Winger, and you know what type of spotlight and the exposure and stuff that they bring to the state. And then me and Kay were able to go jump down there ourselves on Thursday and Saturday, and help bring even more exposure to the event, being led into the media room and being able to kind of run the post-game interviews that was there. So much appreciated from the guys over there. And then this week, obviously, we'll get back into kind of the regular flow of things. We'll start filling in more games and more players of the week, more teams of the week. Obviously, as the season progresses and everybody really gets to playing when football's over with here in the next couple of weeks. What's going on, Robin? Appreciate you for joining us tonight. But yeah, so we'll dive into some of the things. Kate and Ethan, anything specifically you guys want to kind of get off your chest and open up about? Not necessarily, even, I guess, basketball itself, but if you want to tell the people what you did this weekend, what you been having going on.
Yeah, I'll start off. Big kind of talked about it. We were at the matchup showcase. Thank you to Nigel. Thank you to Nick. Thank you to all those guys. We got to interview a lot of cool people. Got to talk to a lot of cool people. Really good networking opportunity. Got to watch some really good basketball. So I'm really thankful for that.
Yeah, and I unfortunately did not get to go to the matchup showcase. Looking forward to going next year, but I went over to Nettleton High School for the NEA Tip-Off Classic, and that was a blast. Got to see some of the best teams from around here in their season openers or early in their season, and so it was very exciting to get to kind of see those matchups, one of them even going into overtime.
Yeah, I heard about a couple of tough games up that way. Specifically, I want to talk about a little bit of it. Nettleton and Brooklyn. Can you give me kind of a short game recap? You were there, right?
Yes, yeah, for sure. So I'm from Brooklyn. Both of these teams, I've covered them for the past 3 years. And as much as these teams are able to compete in conference play and then all the way into the postseason, these two, they look like complete teams from the get-go, which is not something I've personally seen before. Lane Webster, I think, had 29 points. The game was won, honestly, by the duo that is TJ Daly and TJ Whitney. Whitney hitting a few free throws to end this game out that were the dagger. Free throws not always talked about because they're not super flashy, but definitely an important part of the game. And it was just really fun, hyped in that arena. Every single possession, it was electric in that arena from start to finish.
Hey, I saw a lot of the clips and the highlights afterwards. I was super mad that I couldn't be in the gym, honestly. I was watching great basketball as well, can't be that mad. But, yeah, that was definitely a very hype matchup with two top, 10, 15, 20 players in the state, especially in that senior class right there in the A70, kind of crosstown. Those guys have been battling since I was probably – I ain't gonna give up my age on here. They've been playing against each other for a long time. They've been playing against each other for a long time, and I've had a chance to watch a ton of games of both of them over the season. I know both of their fathers very well, so it was just a great thing all around for, like I say, to see those guys match up, put on a show, go out there and ball, showcase their talents. Hopefully, we'll see them claim a home here for next year soon. Those guys are two very, very deserving guys to play at the next level. At the highest level, at the next level that is even, right? Like two definite D1 athletic wings that can do a lot of it all on the court. So great look down there. We'll jump in and go back to you here, Ethan. I'm going to pull up your ladies spotlight for this week.
Okay, I kind of went with some bigger names this time around, just in the spirit of that many teams are starting their season right now. And we got Peyton Futch from Lakeside, current Euler commit. I mean, she's had great performances so far in this early season. Whitley Rogers started the year out with a 48-point game against, I think it was Conway, and they did not end up taking that match, but a great showing from her. Hopefully I'll get to see her sometime this season play. And then Sydney Sanders, another player out of Little Rock. She just committed to U of A Monticello. And Grace Efford from Bismarck, that's the only lower class on here. And I think even then they're 3A. She had a great double-double, 30-point double-double last week. And Cassidy Smith, picking one from Northeast Arkansas. She's in the class of 2028, already a super complete player that looks very good so far this season. And I'm excited to see kind of how she develops as the years continue, because that Forest City team, they're fueled by a duo from the class of 2028, including Cassidy Smith. And with those two kind of coming up together, it's going to be exciting to see how that team does in years to come.
Yeah, this is a great list right here. I really like that game that Whitley played the other night. Bro, if she cannot get to her right hand, she's still going to get to her right hand. I cannot lie to you. Like, she is good, bro. She is good. And that's not to take away, like, to say she can't go left-handed, but it's like she just knows how to get to where she's trying to get on the court at any time. She's very manipulative with the ball in her hands. It'd be great to see her play at the next level. Hopefully, and I think she might, obviously outplay that level of basketball to an extent. But hopefully she could land, with her sister coaching her at Arkansas State. Wouldn't be too bad to see her come on up to NEA,
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Moving along, great girl spotlight right there. We love highlighting the ladies. Please comment below, give us names. Like I say, this is so much fueled by you guys at home. Everything that we do, I mean, obviously we do the work, right? We're here to talk about it, but you guys are the people that are, the link to the gyms, right? You guys are the ones who are doing the groundwork in your areas more respectively. And you are the people that we want to hear from the most. Like I say, every episode, we cannot do what we do without you guys. It's much appreciated every time. And so please keep showing us that love. And letting us know what you guys want to see on here. Please keep giving us players to watch, spotlight players, ladies, teams of the week. We do definitely need it all. I'm going to jump in and throw it back here to Pick'em. So we'll get into spotlights after this. We'll do Pick'em first and then get into spotlights and matchups and teams of the week. Boom. So I did not submit my picks beforehand. I suck. No, actually, I was at practice today. That's my fault. So I'm picking live, but I think I'm gonna be like super fair weather and let the guys explain theirs first, and then kind of go back and pick mine based off what they said.
Yeah. All right. We can start off with
take it away.
Or I'll go. We can start with this Fayetteville-Bologna game. I got to watch Fayetteville, at the matchup showcase. You got DJ Hudson, you got Ben Rockwell, Mitch Kirkland was a big part of that team. I know they're losing a couple guys in football still, but that's a really talented team, really tall, really big, got the size. And then Bologna, they lost a lot of guys last year, but I've been watching them. They're still a good team, well coached team. It won't be. I don't know. I don't want to say like it's going to be like a great game. Like nothing against Bologna, but I really do think Fayetteville wins by 10 or 15 here.
So what do you, I was gonna say? I was just about to ask the question. I was gonna say, what's the like kind of game deciding factor with rebounding, the free throws? What's it really gonna come down to?
I think it's scoring. I just don't think Bologna. I just don't think they have the scoring to keep up, and also size as well. I think it'll be kind of a combo between both of that scoring and size. I just don't think Bologna matches up very well. They have height, but I think Fayetteville has the height, but they also have they're big. It's gonna be hard to handle the paint.
On the flip side of that, I have not seen Fayetteville play in person yet. Watched some film over them, like you said, Kirkland, Hudson, Rockwell. Those three are obviously the trio to watch out for over there. But I have seen Bologna play, and I'm rooting for the underdog. They have Jackson Hollis, McManian. Those two guys, I mean, they really impressed me. I got to see them play against Lakeside for their season opener. and they look really good from the three-point line, able to get to the basket, can control the tempo of each possession. And I think it'll be a very close game, closer than what other people might think. But I think if Bologna comes out in the right way, if they can outscore Fayetteville, I think they'll find themselves winning this one.
Yeah, I watched Bologna last night. Actually, I went back and watched the stream when they played Stuttgart, and I saw flashes of good things, but I definitely side with what Cade's saying. I don't know if their scoring output will match what Fayetteville is going to be able to put up. The pace that they'll play at, too, will be a little bit different than what they're probably used to seeing so early in this season when Fayetteville hits the floor.
Yeah.
Fayetteville's a rough team to an extent, right? It's not like overly aggressive, but it's like we're going to dribble at your chest. We're not going to try to like finesse you or cross you. We're just kind of going to get to our spots, go where we need to go, play a little physical ball, especially between, like you guys said, with the towers down there. You're going to have the young kid, Mitch Kirkland, out there looking to make plays, and he might come with a little finesse because I saw a little bit of it, but you'll also have DJ Hudson, who's no finesse really at all. He's looking to go through you or over you, right? So I think that's going to be a matchup problem. Jackson is 6'6", 6'7", but he is a lot more finesse. He will match up with Mitch probably a lot better than DJ, but don't sleep on him to make plays in this game as well. Like I said, he's very capable of getting above the rim himself. He's capable of blocking shots. He can shoot the ball from outside. He can even put it on the deck, which is not something that they do, I think, a lot in their offense over there from what I saw. But then you got other players, like I say, for Fayetteville. Byron Daniels Jr. is a young sophomore who's coming along very, very well. You also got Bologna, correct me if I'm wrong, Cross Graham.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty decent guard, plays a little defense, not too scared to get out there and mix it up. Kind of crafty, so definitely it'll be a nice little game. But I think Fayetteville ends up pulling away second half, probably a little earlier in the second half. Moving on to our next game, back to you. Who's on? Okay.
I'll take it. Yeah, we got Brooklyn, or not Brooklyn. We got Greene County Tech and East Stem. Honestly, I hadn't looked at Greene County Tech too much. I kind of looked them over. They're legit. They're a solid team. I haven't watched any film, but just looking at these scores here, Brooklyn by 9, beat BB by 30. Some really good wins. It looks like their lowest scoring game is 72 points. So like they can flat out score the ball. I got to see East Stem. They're a good team. They played Bentonville West, played a solid team. Bentonville West just beat Russellville by 30 yesterday. So, East Stem, they hung in there with them. They're a very talented team. So I'm going to take East Stem, but honestly, I can see Greene County Tech pulling this off. But it will be a really good game.
Got you. What about you, Ethan? What you got?
So the reason that I picked this matchup for Pick'em, I got to see GCT at that NEA Tip-Off Classic, and I mean, like you said, Cade, they're legit. I mean, I know you said you haven't seen any film over them, but in person, like the way that they share the ball, they don't necessarily have one lead offensive scorer, which can be a problem because you don't necessarily know who to like double team and get on those guys. Noah Oswald is, I guess you would say, the star of the team, but even then, I mean, they share the ball really well. They move it around the floor. Their spacing is really good. East Stem, though, so far has just impressed the entire season. We have a big enough sample size now to kind of see where this team is headed as the year goes on. And with their depth and with the amount of physicality that they have while they play, I think they'll take the win over GCT. But I think GCT could make it a pretty close game early in the game, but I think East Stem does pull away with it maybe in the third or late in the fourth.
Yeah, I think Greene County Tech will definitely put up a bigger fight than people think. But there's some athleticism over there on the other side of their ball where East Stem's going to be able to run at them. And I think down the stretch of the game, that athleticism will matter on the defensive side of the ball. Noah Oswald is a pretty good athlete himself. You got a young kid, Banks Boozer, over there. I haven't seen them yet this year. I will be out to check them out this weekend. I'll be at the Empower Invitational. So I'll get to see like Greene County Tech, Bay, Brooklyn, a couple other schools that'll be up there. But I think right now East Stem is kind of just clicking on the right levels. they're coming off of a loss. They're not going to want to take another one, especially not traveling out, to play or, against getting an unfamiliar opponent, excuse me for some of my words, getting an opponent that they're not going to be able to see a lot. They don't see a lot of, they're not going to see all the time in Greene County Tech. They're going to want to take advantage of playing this 5A conference opponent or 5A out of conference opponent and knocking them off to kind of keep fueling themselves and their confidence. So I think I'm going to rock with East Them with you guys on this one. What we got next? That's Morrilton and Nevada.
Yeah. We got Morrilton, Nevada. So Nevada, correct me if I'm wrong, they're undefeated.
I think they had one loss.
One loss. One loss. They haven't played a ton of talent, I guess, yet. So they really get matched up here against Morrilton, which Morrilton got upset by Subiaco in overtime, which is a big game. That really put Subiaco back on the map. I know they had a down year last year. We'll talk about them later. But Morrilton with Templeton, you got Ty Wright. It's a really talented team, and they're looking to bounce back against a inferior Nevada team. So, but Nevada, they're on the flip side, they're good. They got I've got to watch them on some film on them. Kobe Huey, he's really good shooter. We got the big kid Monty Mixon, really really talented just for his age. He's got the height for sure. So he'll be, Morrilton drives in. It's going to cause them a little bit of trouble. So you're going to see a lot of Templeton from the 3-point line for sure. But I think Morrilton, they're looking to bounce back. I think they win big here and show that they're, they were in the state championship last year. I don't know if they'll be there this year, but they got that talent for sure.
Taking over, Cade. I have a correction. They are 7-0. They have not lost a game yet.
Okay,
but. For Morrilton, like you said, state champs or runner-ups last year, and they have a lot of depth. Ty Wright, Templeton, that duo, they really can control the pace of a game. I think Nevada is going to put up a bit more of a fight than others may expect because, like you said, Kobe Huey, Monty Mixon, even Keontae Wingfield, they've got a whole roster filled with talent. But Morrilton's looking for their get back, especially after I think being like 1-2, maybe 1-3. So I think Morrilton does end up taking this one, but I think I wouldn't rule out Nevada from putting up a tough fight, especially in that first half.
Yeah, I'm sitting over here just kind of trying to contemplate, and man, I think I don't know, man. So like what's really got me teetering and thinking about it so much is, like I say, that we mentioned that loss to Subiaco, and Justice Butler is a player who performed really well in that game. And he kind of mirrors, a little bit of what I think Kobe Huey's going to give them, man. And Kobe Huey's been averaging, I think 16 or more easily. I know I've seen him with a handful of 20-point games already.
Yep.
I think, man, give me Nevada, man. I think Nevada might pull this one out over Morrilton. Now, you got Ty Wright over there, who I think is actually, a collegiate basketball player as well. You got a UCA commit over there and Isaiah Templeton, who's not going to just, lie down at any point in the game. I've never seen that from him. He is a dog. He does have dog mentality to him. But I think Nevada might come in and just catch him off guard. But then again, you got Coach Keith Zachary over there, who probably has studied that 7 games worth of film too, and tried to, pull out the pieces of what it's going to look like. So I'm going to rock with Nevada, man, just because they're 7-0. Let's keep the streak alive. Why not? Let's go.
Yeah, I like that. So yeah, we're gonna go to this Parkview North Little Rock game. Got to watch both of these teams on Thursday, the matchup showcase. North Little Rock pulled off a really great win against Little Rock Christian at Little Rock Christian. Elijah Bryant, we'll talk about him. We'll talk about him later. He's a player. But Parkview, it's a big win against Central last night. There was some crazy stuff going on after the game, and I was told that was going to happen. But big game there. But yeah, we got a great matchup. I'm gonna have to take North Little Rock just because. Little Rock Christian's a great team, and to pull off a win against that, I don't know if Parkview's beating Christian if they play them. You got Elijah Bryant, you got Kevon Brown, you got all these guys that I don't like they have more depth. I just feel like they play a lot harder. They're better coached. I know you got Lanier, you got Hansberry. They got a good team. Just beat Central, but I don't know. It's gonna be a great game. But I'm gonna take North Little Rock in this one.
I think this matchup is like down the middle, even as even can be. I think both of these teams have depth-filled rosters. They both have dogs on their teams that can go out and score. I mean, we saw Lanier last week with a triple-double to start the season. And I think both of these teams, and also Elijah Bryant, those two guys, I think, can really perform at any time that they need to. So I think it's going to kind of be a dogfight. And I don't know. I think this one is going to be maybe 1 to 2 point difference in score by the end of it. These two have really great lineups this year, and I expect to see a lot out of them as the season continues as well. But for this one, I'm going to go with Parkview.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but is the tournament in Douglas, Oklahoma this weekend?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
I'm about to see real quick. I think Pride of the East Side. Let me look and see if I can find it real quick. Pride of the East Side is the 20th through the 22nd. Yes, it is. And so, dang, that's gonna suck. So I got insider info, right? I talked to Elijah Bryant's pops yesterday. I called him and we just had a small conversation, but he told me Elijah caught the flu. It's not like I'm breaking news here to anybody. I think he actually made a post on the status and people are wishing him well. Obviously, definitely wishing him well myself. But if he's going to miss that game, it's going to be a huge impact on that team. They do have some young guards that can step up in a big way, especially even like down to some freshmen that can clock some minutes. You know what I'm saying? Can get the job done over there at North Little Rock. They are slowly cooking and building a monster over there, I believe. But that's just as far as development goes, just saying that. Right now, I think it's going to be tough if Elijah misses these games, and Tuesday could possibly be another game to miss. And me kind of having that little insider info. Now, if I'm picking off maybe full roster, everybody healthy, everything good to go, I'm probably taking North Little Rock here. New levels are being unlocked, as we have obviously seen. I've seen Parkview shoot themselves in the foot a couple times doing, certain things in certain games, and sometimes the moment's bigger than the moment, No knock to the kids over there at all, no knock to the coaching over there, none of that, no knock to the staff. But like I say, basketball, mistakes happen, things do happen. I've seen a few mistakes happen in certain situations for Parkview that would lead me towards picking North Little Rock. But in this situation, I'm going to cut to the point. I'm long-winded here. I'm going with Parkview to win this one only because I think Elijah Brown will not play, and that will have a huge impact.
Yep.
So that's our pick 'em, fellas, for the week. People, please, viewers, drop a comment. Who y'all think going to win the game? Talk to me now. Talk to me. Please talk to me. Who y'all think going to win the game now?
Also want to mention, really difficult picking these games. There are so many matches that could have been on here that weren't. And I just want to mention that real quick. This next week, there is dogs all across the state fighting against each other Monday through Friday.
And if you guys want us to obviously pick them on certain matches, like I say, just be a part of the show, man. Just comment. I literally write comments down by hand. If you comment something like this feedback-wise, I literally write it down by hand, keep it in a folder, and try to, make do with what I have that I can. So I literally saved this file, but I guess it was a compressed file, and I don't know where it's at. So I'm looking through my downloads so that I can open up the rest of these photos. Hold on, about 5, 11, 12, 34 seconds. Cool. So let's go 1A players to watch. Cool. 1A players to watch. C12, anybody off top of your head that was on that list while I'm pulling it up, just so you can start?
Yeah, I can get it.
I do. Kobe Huey. I remember. That was because I had him. There we go.
Yep, Kobe Huey. Yeah, we'll start with him, I guess. Then, he's a good player. I've watched film on him. He can shoot. He can get to the rim. He's a really good player in 1A. He definitely has college potential for sure. As a senior, I could see him playing, JUCO in AI somewhere. Really good player for them. And then the rest of these guys, I've not got the chance to see, so I'll pass this on to Ethan here. I'm sure he's watched a lot of these guys.
So Misha Crouch, got to interview him over this offseason, had a 30-point game last week. I think he's a transfer from Conway, one of the big 6A schools, but I'm pretty sure it's Conway.
Yeah, it's Conway.
And Teron Hurst, saw him last season at the state finals run. I mean, he's a dog through and through. Kobe Huey's been performing so far this year. Max Harrell from Founders Classical, really underrated guy that nobody, I think, is paying attention to, but a lot more people should be because he's been doing really well. And that's really it. I mean, the 1A guys, they don't get a lot of attention, but some of these guys, I mean, definitely D3, D2 level athletes, and I think the state should take notice on more of these guys.
I agree wholeheartedly. I'm looking for Teron Hurst. He's here on this video as well.
So I could be mistaken, but he has a few offers at this point, right, Teron?
Yeah, he does. I want to say I just got mentioned by him. There you go. Cool. Now, this is actually from this summer playing for Arkansas Assault, one of the squads, obviously, that you guys know I'm with. Just him getting a few buckets. Nice shift, nice ball control with the underhand scoop. Change of pace, way to get downhill. Making a little read off the screen here, taking the ISO step back.
Good shot.
BJ Knowlton there with the pass. Teron with the oop. As you can see, he's an athletic kid. He is about Teron probably 6 foot even. Yeah, he's 6 foot even, but he doesn't play like it. You think he's 6'3", you know what I'm saying? He get above that rim now. He'll come down hard.
Also, Earl going to have a late start to their season. I don't think they play until sometime in mid-December for the first time this year. And Teron also, I think in football still, depending on how far Earl goes by that time.
So, yeah, definitely somebody to look forward to watching in the 1A for sure for Earl, as they won last year. If you don't know, now you know. They took that home back-to-back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Sorry, not back-to-back. They made it to Bank OZK the year before, but Mark Tree.
Yeah, I'm sorry. They lost to Mark Tree. I was there. Tripping. 1A players to watch right there. Nice, talented group of boys. We'll go on to some 2A players to watch.
Yep, I'll start off here. We got Winston Hull. He's from Hector. I played against him. He's a real tall, kind of lanky guy, but he can go off the dribble. He can dunk it. He can shoot it. He's a really good player down at Hector. I know they had a really good week. We'll talk about them more later. And then we got Tyler White. I got to watch him against Kirby. He's a really good player. I know he had a big 36, 38-point game, something crazy like that this past week. Really good player. He could shoot, do his thing. And then Lando, really good player. I know they had some unfortunate stuff go down there in England, but he's a great player. Got to play with him too. He can shoot from deep. He's gonna pull from deep. He can beat you off the dribble. Real shifty guard. He's been playing there for a long time, and yep.
Yeah, so this is Landon right here playing in the ASN Classic last year for England. Like you see, look at the range.
Yep.
Like that's a college court. Like I just want people to realize that's Arkansas Tech.
That's way past NBA 3, bro.
Like, and that's a regular pull up over too.
That's tough.
I mean, I was like not super crazy closeout on the defense, right? But it's the IQ to recognize like, hey, this is my range, this is my space, timing, situation of the game. I got this shot. Like this in my bag. It's something I can do. So I think that's crazy tough. You're gonna see him getting down here for taking a nice little contact. not scared, right? So it's not just a shooter, right? But can shoot the ball, as we can see here. Definitely a knockdown type of guy. Off the dribble, off the catch. As you can see here, off the catch, nice form, nice way to, step into the shot into the corner, get the footwork right. Pump fake, pull up, jump shot, mid-range.
That's tough.
Get downhill again, take a little contact, bump, floater.
That's tough.
So once again, I mean, when you can shoot the ball like that, coaches will find a spot for you on the floor. Talented guys make plays, and he's a talented guy who makes plays. So definitely be looking for those boys down in England to make an impact this season. Moving over to 3A.
Yeah, we got 3A here. I honestly think the only guy I've really seen here is Jake Wittenberg at Atkins. I've seen him a little bit. He's a good player. I haven't really got to see the rest of them. I guess I'll hand this off to Ethan. I'm sure he knows a lot more.
Kendall Hickerson had a big game against I can't think about it off the top of my head who they played, but for Yellowville Summit, I mean, he had a 30-point game, I'm pretty sure. Has done very well this season. Like you said, Jake Wittenberg, another great guy. Ethan Allison, an underrated guy over at Baptist Prep. I think a lot of people are sleeping on him in the 3A. Another guy that a lot of people are sleeping on, Braxton Best. I mean, just had another 20-point double-double, I think, last night for Harmony Grove. So these four, I think, are very underrated. I don't think many people are paying attention to them, and I'm glad we can get to highlight them here because they need more eyes on them for sure.
So we see Terry Tyler here in the comments. Terry Tyler says EPC will win it all in the 2A, fellas. What we thinking?
Back to back for the 3P? Maybe.
I could definitely see. I was gonna say England, but stuff going on there, I think EPC definitely could win it.
Yeah, I mean, they brought back a lot of the same crew over there at EPC, and their young guys just keep getting better. They got a lot of all-around athletes. Most of those guys played football, basketball, baseball, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of talented kids over there. Terry, you're not very far off with your prediction, bro. Or sir, sorry if you're not of age, I apologize. That wasn't very respectful of me. But Frederick Clay here is clapping us up. Shout out to you, Frederick Clay Sr. We appreciate you reviewing and dropping a comment for us. And then we'll move on to 4A basketball, some players to watch.
Yes, sir.
So,
are you Vic, you want to start it off?
Yeah, cool. I was about to say so back to you, but let me get this one in. Cool. So 4A, we got Landon Hill, Holden Kirk, Marshall Walls, and Cade Brogington. Brodingham. I can't even talk. And we got to see three of these guys take the court at the matchup showcase. Landon, Holden, and Marshall. Marshall had a breakout crazy game, and I pat myself on the back because I've been calling it, right? I wrote about him about maybe 2-3 times this summer up until now. And I saw him play this summer on Puma Next Pro Circuit, and I said, man, kid just keeps wanting to get better. A lot of kids hit that like 10th, 11th grade stride, and a lot of them fall off. Like, we all see it. Like, JV kids play JV, and he wasn't this. Like, I'm not speaking on his situation necessarily. He played varsity last year. But like, different kids have different paths between that 10th and 11th grade year, and a lot of them just give up or fall off, or they don't necessarily get better. They just keep being the same guy and just growing up. And so I saw him do a lot of changing to his game as far as just the small things, the footwork, the placement, the body movement, the body control, just adding to his bag, and that led to a big 26-point performance for him at the matchup showcase. They didn't win, but he put on a great performance, was the best player on his team that night. I think was the leading scorer in the game, actually, on both sides. I think the other two leading, the Bryant, Kamarian Bede, and RJ Young had 25 apiece. I mean, 25 apiece, excuse me, and Walls finished with 26. But then going back up to Holden and Landon. Landon is a super skilled, talented kid. Actually, Ecclesia reached out to me to conversate about him during the game. And so obviously that tells you right away that we're not the only people who think he's a player to watch, right? Obviously, the right eyes are watching him already. He's doing the right things. He passes the eye test immediately. Nice, long wingspan, kind of lanky, just overall build, kind of slim, a little muscular tone to the slim, but like I said, you can see he takes care of his body. He really works out. but a lot of great things: agility, aggression, the attacking mindset, little ball handling. He's not afraid to take it outside, take a jump shot. A great 3-level aspect to his offensive game, and then he plays defense. He's not like highlight play after highlight play. A lot of the stuff that he does is deflections, making the right move so that the backside guy can slide and help and make the offense make a mistake, right? So he does a lot of the small things that might not necessarily show up on the stat sheet, but when you're watching him, you see the impact that he has on the defensive side of the ball. And then moving over to Holden Kirk. Holden is a bucket, to kind of say the least. Got a bigger frame, right, at about 6'4", but he looks kind of like he's 6'5". He's a little wider. He's a little sturdy. Put the ball, on the ground, put you on his hip, gets to kind of his spots, pull up and rise for jump shot. Really good at what he knows how to do, leans into his strengths really well. Not afraid to get in there and rebound either. Has got some great qualities as a wing. Definitely a junior to watch for in the class of 4A. And then Cade, I am very, very, very I just saw Cade's first clip yesterday, and that's kind of the first time I saw him. So I'll pass it off to one of you guys.
Yeah, I'll tell you here. I want to talk about Cade Brodigan. He's a guy I played with growing up. He's from Pottsville. I'm from Russellville. We played it. He was pretty good last year. He had some really good games. I think he had a 30-something point game against Lamar last year. But this summer, I really saw a difference in his game. We played some pickup runs at Tech, and he's legit. It's not just JC anymore. It's Cade and JC. Really good player down there. 3-level scorer, can shoot, can get to his spots. He definitely has transformed his game. And he is a 2026. Got that one wrong there, and then we got Marshall Walls, up at Mills. Really good game. Another guy I've played against. Last year, I think he dealt with some injury troubles towards the end of the year, and didn't play. But when I played him in late December. Really good player. Dump it down to him. Kind of get the layups, get the dunks. He really has transformed his game a lot, though. Kind of what Vic was saying. Definitely has added a lot of things, a lot of polish to his game. And then going to Holden Kirk. So, all right, I don't know if I'm sure basketball fans, y'all watch the NBA. If y'all know Con Knipple, I'm telling you, Holden plays just like Con Knipple. I saw it and I was like, dude, they play just alike. The way he shoots, kind of like real smooth, like real fundamental. Gets to his spots. I really see a lot of Con Knipple in his game. And then Landon, another guy I got to watch. Really good player, really aggressive. Can get downhill, makes the right play. Like Vic said, he's not going to always do the flashy thing. He's going to do the little things. That's what the coaches like. So, yeah, really, really good players here in 4A. Pass it off to Ethan.
For Cade and Holden, I saw them play last season at the state tournament, and they've really improved over this offseason. I mean, they by no means were they not good last year, but they've taken that jump, and they're starting to help lead their team as the lead offensive scorer, which wasn't necessarily the case last year. And then also for Marshall Walls, I mean, last year I was really impressed with him. Ant Hester and Isaiah Curry, obviously more flashy players, I would say. But Marshall Walls, I think, is the glue that ties this Comets squad together. I mean, he's very physical, and he can get baskets when he needs to, but he can also step back and facilitate everybody else's game and make sure they're thriving. And that's something you really like to see in a player. Even if they're not filling up the stat sheet, they pass the eye test as somebody who could be a championship piece. And I think he's going to be one of the main reasons that Mills is a big contender again this season.
Great way to put it. We'll move over to 5A boys. I've already said my piece. I agree with, like I say, everything you guys said there. 5A is so we got the 5A breakout players so far, probably. Obviously, freshman Van Hayes has been electric. We got DJ Young there for Little Rock Christian. Jalen Neal from Marion is a electrifying senior as well right now. Is on a pretty good tear. And you got Kim Alexander is a pretty reliable junior. Has been having pretty big impact in the game so far this season for Maumelle. Van has been scoring the ball effortlessly to an extent, right? Now, obviously, a bit of exaggeration there. But for a freshman coming in, like in his first couple games, obviously just looking so natural out there. Everything is just coming slight to him. You know what I'm saying? He's seeing the floor. He's taking – oh, sorry, I was reading the comment. He's seeing the floor. He's taking his time to make reads. He's getting to the basket. He's getting to the foul line. He's not afraid to take a little jumper here and there. And most importantly, like I say, he's being a leader. Like he's trying to take, step up and take chances to get other people involved and get them in the right spots in certain plays and help everybody out to be a bigger, better team as one. They'll be a lot better as far as the outcome of their games have been. The later their season goes, a lot of their key guys, well, not a lot, but a couple of their key guys aren't football players and they're still in football right now. And then moving on to DJ Young, he's an impact player, pretty small package guard, comes off the bench for Little Rock Christian. Sometimes he starts. I want to say he started. Did he start both games? Kay, do you remember?
He started the Benton game because I think Coach said Justice showed up late to practice or something like that.
Got you. Yeah. So like I say, he starts here and there. Obviously, we'll just say that he does clock some starter minutes, but he's an impact player when he does come off the bench. He's a spark plug. Exactly what you need him to do. He plays defense. He'll guard the ball as soon as you come across half. He'll make the small play. He'll make the assist. He'll make the extra pass. He does all of the small things as well, but kind of on the offensive side of the ball. And he's not afraid to, use his small size to kind of mix it up on defense and get in there and bother others. Jalen Neal is more of a powerhouse with the basketball in his hands. He loves to attack downhill. He's got big, broad shoulders. He gets above the rim. He rebounds really well. He defends really well. More of a 2-guard to a 3, but he actually can pull out and kind of dribble a little bit, put the ball on the floor. And then Cam Alexander, like I say, is him and there's a little similarity to him and DJ's game. Whereas, like I say, there's a spark plug element.
Yep.
Cam's comes kind of like I say, turning defense and offense, getting a little steal, getting out of transition, pushing the pace, getting the ball ahead. Attacking the rim, drawing two, making an extra pass to another. Whereas, like I say, DJ's game is kind of more adverse to that, but very, very similar impact on the game itself between these two guys.
Yep. I'll start off here with Van Hayes. He had 24 against Harbor. Really good game. It's crazy for me. I think back to when I was a freshman playing. There's no way in heck I would have even scored a point, in varsity as a freshman. So for him to, I know his dad and his brother, obviously, the Hayes are big talking point in Arkansas, but he comes in as a freshman. He just, like Vic said, looks smooth. Like he can just get to his spots. Floater looks good. He's in step back threes. Like he is, and he was the main guy for them, against Harbor, kind of, main ball handler. You're doing everything for that team, really. And going down DJ Young, he's a guy that, when it gets to, January, February, he's going to be coming off the bench. But like Vic said, he's going to be a good spark plug for them. They'll have a lot of guard depth with Tristan Watson coming back. When he comes back from football, he'll be a really good player. You got Justice, who is a great player. So you get, you have 3 guards who are legit, Little Rock Christian. And DJ will come back next year and be a really good player for them. He's just, a little guard. He's real shifty. He can shoot, he can facilitate. I loved how he was handling the ball against, that pressure. Ben, Russell, he's a really good defender. So, to, handle pressure, do your thing, especially as a junior, really impressive. And then Jalen Neal, he was a guy that I haven't really got to watch before the matchup showcase. And, dude, he's one of those guys that, you're watching him warm ups and you're like, oh, this dude's gonna kill me. Like this dude's legit. Like he got that look, those broad shoulders. And he talks real deep. He's just that's kind of who he is. He's just a good player. He's a good power player, kind of a 2 or a 3. I don't want to guard him. I'm sure a lot of guys get on the floor and they're like, yeah, you got him, man. I don't need this. If I take a charge, it's gonna hurt. But he's a really good player there for Marion. Marion really impressed me this weekend. By the way, we'll talk about them later. Then we got Cam Alexander and Maumelle, good player. I know he played with my boy Zayden and in AU, really good player. Kind of spark plug for Maumelle, get downhill, can facilitate, plays defense. So yeah, what do you got, Ethan?
So I bugged out a little bit, so I didn't get to hear everything that y'all said, but I agreed with what I got to hear. Van Hayes, I mean, he's a super young prospect, and I think as he develops, he's going to be a top-tier player, especially by his senior season. He's already impressed so far this year. And then DJ Young, probably the one I'm least familiar with on this list, but that LRCA team, I mean, they've just got a lot of good pieces this season, and he's one of them. I mean, he has been very good. Obviously, there's another year left to LRCA, so another year to get even better next season. Jalen Neal. Marion is a team that has a lot of depth to their roster, and anybody who can elevate to that top spot and be that primary scorer is impressive to me, and Jalen Neal is definitely that. I mean, he's super explosive. Like you said, like anybody would be afraid to match up against him, and he's going to do really well for this Marion team this year. And then Cam Alexander, another younger guy on this Maumelle team. Maumelle lost a lot of last year's pieces, but they have a lot of young players. They have a young core, and they're building it, and he's going to be a main part of that this season.
Very well put. Very well put. We'll move over to 6A with that being said. Players to watch on the 6A. I'll pass it back to you, Kate. I'll let you take this one back.
Yeah, we got Javen Bullock, at Northside, really good player. He started to take over in that second half at the matchup against Maumelle. First half, he's a little quiet. He comes in the second half, and I think it was a foul trouble at first half, but second half comes in, doing his thing, just like shooting, getting to the rim. He hit probably 3 or 4 threes there in the second half. Really took over for that Northside team. Really impressed with him. He's a 2027 Northside. They've got, a lot of young guys. Like this team, if, they can keep that core together next year, will be legit. I know they lost by 1 Maumelle, but really that was anyone's game. They kind of blew that game with free throws. Both teams really
free throws.
Yeah, free throws a big thing. I remember from that game. But yeah, they didn't come up on top. But Northside is going to be a really good team this year, and especially next year. And then you got Elijah Bryant, the talk of Arkansas hoops right now. Goes off, against 5-star J.J. Andrews and really outplays him. That's what he did. He goes out, he's hitting shots. He's, scoring on J.J. He's defending, J.J. He's defending the whole team. He's scoring against the whole team. He's doing his thing. He looked real smooth out there. And for him to be a sophomore doing this is ridiculous. Like he's grown into his body more, and you can kind of tell like he's still not fully grown into it yet.
Oh no, he's still got some more to go.
I know this dude's ceiling is like by the time he's a senior, I think he's one of those guys. I know, we interviewed him. He's like, I know JJ 5-star, but I'm a 5-star. So I mean, who knows? Who knows what can happen? Elijah, North Little Rock, they've had Nick Smith, Khalil Ware, all these guys to come through. So who knows? Elijah Bryant might be next up. And then we got Sammy Hensey, who Harbor wasn't very familiar until, the matchup showcase, kind of their point guard. He's one of those guys, and nothing against him at all. This is a compliment. But, you kind of see him, you're like, you don't know how good he is. If you just, from the eye test, he goes out, boom, he's shifty, a little lefty. Like, he gets to his spots. He's a really good facilitator, can get to the rim, really nice vision. I really liked his game. And how he carried himself. And Harbor looks good. We'll talk about them later. And then we got Trey Hope, the Central team is missing 3 or 4 guys, and they're still competing, doing their thing. But Trey Hope, as a sophomore, has been really good. He kind of stands out with his big old hair. But, he's a good player. He was the MVP for them against Fayetteville. He can shoot. He shot the ball very well. Very confident in the rim. He's real like nonchalant. Like he don't say nothing. He don't talk. He don't say anything to the refs. He kind of just plays his game, plays his speed, and I really like that about him. So yeah, I'll pass it over to you, Vic.
No, definitely. You hit the nail on the head almost with every single one. Javen's a player that I kind of been tracking for a while. Even as he was young, you could tell that he would be kind of like long and wiry, maybe get to like a 6'4" frame. And kids that grow like that from Northside with that type of mentality that young, we've seen literally go to the NBA multiple times. And so, I mean, Javen could very well be on his way, on that very short list. Elijah Bryant is another player who is extremely talented on this list, actually. for a group that's just so young across the board. I mean, we're talking about, 2 sophomores and a junior on this list right here that are extremely talented. And we're talking about 2 that have already picked up D1 offers, D1 looks, D1 interest. And so, I mean, you just talk about how deep, certain classes are in the state. And I've been telling people for years now that 2026 class is different. This 2028 class is different. 29s are tough. They're different, as we're seeing now with a couple of freshmen actually taking place, on this court. And those like that 31 class, that 33 class, like it's skipping here almost every year, but they're tougher and tougher and tougher and tougher and tougher, bro. Back to the point, though. Back to the topic here. We got Elijah Brown, like we were saying, who's picked up multiple D1 offers in just the past few weeks. He's heard from like Iowa, Oklahoma, University of Arkansas, Arkansas State, amongst a host of others, already just off the performance against, JJ in the matchup. And so hopefully he gets well soon. Like I mentioned earlier, he's back to killing, and we can, see him put out some more great film and earn some more of those very deserved offers. Sammy Hensey is exactly like you said. I did not know exactly who he was. I saw the name on the roster, recognized the name from playing last year. Just didn't know anything about him. Literally almost nothing. Didn't even know he was left-handed. Right? So start watching him in the game, and you could tell apparently like, okay, this kid's a playmaker. He's like I said, he does a lot of stuff. He'll make the extra hockey pass. He'll draw 2. Play fundamentals. Doesn't get sped up. Plays well under pressure. And then he hit shots. So he played pretty decently. Definitely stood out amongst the Harbor group. Harbor's got a kind of very evenly killed group all across the board. Like every single person to give you 10 points, they'll have like 70 on you. Like 7 players deep, 10 points apiece. You know what I'm saying? So team to kind of watch out for as well. And then you got we'll talk about that later too. And then Trey Hope, like we were saying, one of those kids who picked up another D1 offer. That's one thing that we talked about last week on this show with the matchup showcase with Nigel, right? Is that's exactly what we are trying to do for the state. And I say we, like involving myself, obviously, is what I want to do, is what this platform wants to do. But speaking more solely to the event that they had, right? Like Chris, Nick, and Nigel, and a host of other people, obviously every media person, like Kay that was in that room, and so many more guys that helped out to make that event much bigger than, much bigger than anything we really have seen, especially recently through Arkansas basketball at a high school level. And so when you do things like that and you bring that type of when you bring those type of eyes and those type of crowds and that type of fandom, and you get people really, really, really back to what basketball is about and the culture of it all, and wanting these kids to succeed and seeing everybody do great at the next level, that's when great things like this start happening. So said all of that to say Trey Hope was also able to grab an offer as just a sophomore from a D1 school. Florida Atlantic reached out to him with a lot of interest and picked him up with, grabbed him an offer, that he he's probably going to look to pick up. I don't know what's either here nor there with that one, but I wouldn't sit around and wait. You also said one thing that stuck out is no matter what you do, Trey's super quiet, but that hair is going to catch your eye. You're going to look his way. He's going to fly down the court. He's going to be behind him, like 4 feet behind him. He's going to be flying down the court.
Yep.
And that's what you're going to see as he goes to the lane and get a bucket and one. So,
yeah, no, for sure.
Funny little key you put in there. And then what you got, Ethan? Anybody want to hit on here?
I mean, you guys said a lot about all these guys, and I definitely agree with everything that y'all said. Something that I do kind of want to mention that has to do with these guys, but also doesn't in a way. I mean, this 6A division is moving more toward younger players. And as we see the class of 2026 move out, the class of 2028 is here to stay for 3 more years. And, 3 of the guys of those 4 are on the class of 2028. And they're going to be leading the charge next year. These guys are insane. Elijah Bryant has impressed so far this year, a player that I think was on a lot of people's radars, but nobody quite knew what he was capable of. And now he's proving it more than ever. So I think these guys are next in line. And especially for that 6A division, it's moving more toward that class of 2028.
I definitely agree. Like I said, I've been telling people for years these classes that have been coming up, and it might have been due to the COVID skip. I talk about this a lot when I talk to people and coaches and people that I just kind of have basketball conversations with. But it might have been the COVID skip. A few years of not being able to really play basketball to the fullest extent hurt a lot of kids. So it is what it is. There's still a lot of talent that's been produced no matter what across the entire country, and obviously even international as we're starting to see a lot more of. But Very, very well said. Very, very, very well said. And I do want to hint on, I want to drop this comment on screen real quick. Jason Burton says they have a big matchup with Morrilton Monday. So I just want to let Jason know that we did go back. We did go over that. So when the live ends, you can definitely go back and watch kind of the coverage. I believe the boys picked Morrilton to win in the pick'em, and I picked the underdog Nevada to go get that dub. You guys are 7-0 currently. It's also something that we said in the comments above. Appreciate you, Jason, for dropping by and dropping a comment, leaving some feedback for us to vibe with. And then moving on to 1A team of the week. Do we have any guesses? Do we have any guesses?
Oh yeah, get some guesses in, bro. I need some.
We already know, but
yeah.
1A team of the week. Anybody? I got $50 Cash App. No lie. $50 Cash App if somebody answers.
Can we guess it?
Oh boy.
We can split
$50 Cash App. 30, 29, 28, 27, and so on and so forth. Ain't nobody gonna comment. Nobody wants $50. Take a random wild guess. 118.
Yeah, you just guess a team at least. You get $50, bro. That's what I'm saying.
It's nearly 100 people watching. I know somebody's at least listening. Like, let me just.
Yeah, let me put a team real quick.
I mean, you would think somebody might guess Nevada. At least, nope. All right, cool. No $50 for nobody. 1A team of the week. Oh, that's not the right post. My bad.
Nah.
Did I not? That is the right post. Why did it show?
Okay, there we go. There we
cool.
go. We got Blevins here, baby.
Jason, you was too late, bro. Jason, too late.
Ah, man. He put 2. That's not fair. You gotta put 1.
This close, Jason. You almost had me.
Yeah, no. But we got Blevins here. Undefeated on the week. And what really put them here in the 1A is a 24-point win against Kirby. I've covered Kirby. I've been to multiple of their games, and they're a really talented team. Played close with Arkadelphia last week. Arkadelphia 4A team. But Blevins goes out there, they're 12-1. They only lost to Eastham. Very talented team. Blevins, I've gotten to watch them too. Xavier Bazell, like he is a player. Like he is definitely a top 3 player in 1A and not 2 or 3. He's a great player. Like he puts his team on his back. They got a couple other guys, but like his scoring ability is just something you don't really see a lot in 1A. I don't know. He's a lefty. He can shoot. He gets to his spots. Mid-range works. He just looks so confident. And picking up a 24-point win against a talented Kirby team is crazy. That alone puts them at team of the week.
No lie. Like Bazell's had like multiple 40-point games already, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Like I said it a couple weeks ago, or maybe last week, or maybe it was the first week. I'm not sure, when we talked about him on here as well. That like he just started on a run last year. Like he was decent like through the middle of the season, but there was a run last year in like the state or regionals or what have you, whatever playoff setting it was, where he started it. I don't know if it was in regionals, district, or if it was like later on when they actually hit state, but he went on a run and he just hasn't stopped. He literally just kept playing at the same extremely high level. I mean, it is, like I say, we do like to be completely transparent and honest, and everyone that's probably watching this knows there's no knock at the kid's game. He could probably do great things at another level as well, but it is 1A basketball, but still it's basketball. I mean, you're playing against 5 other kids out there who are trying to stop you. I don't care where you play it. I don't care what you play for or who you play for. It's hard to go get 40 points in the game. He's done it multiple times already this season. So, like I say, man, the kid's definitely talented. Shocked me that they beat Kirby by what they beat him by too. So, if anyone in the comments, and I'm pretty sure Jason may know. Jason, if you could let us know when Blevins and Nevada play, I would love to. Yeah, I was about to say I would love to come like cover that game. Like, maybe we could even get EthanMurphyMedia in the building, high school broadcasters official, something like that. We could start putting some things together now. You guys want to reach out? Let's start, making some things happen. But that would be a great game to cover, especially in that 1A area that doesn't get that type of media coverage that they deserve.
Yeah. Before you go, Ethan, I'm gonna talk about one thing with Mazzell. He, you talk about the 1A competition. He did it against Eastham. Like
Yeah.
he put on a show against Eastham. So I think he proved himself. Because people could say, "Hey, it's just 1A basketball," but he goes out and does it against Eastham. So.
Yeah. Also, I've got it pulled up right here. He averaged 17, 7, and 5 last year, so not bad by any means. Very solid in terms of the overall player. But I mean, so far, I don't have official numbers, but I would say that he's averaging somewhere between 23 just within this short sample size in this early season so far.
Probably more than that too. Yeah.
Exactly. So he's definitely a player to watch out for. I mean. And as Blevins goes against higher classifications in this non-conference season, I mean, I think he's going to make rounds around the state for this 1A class. I mean, not a lot of people pay attention to 1A, and I don't think 1A South is necessarily something that a lot of people look at. But this kid, people need to take notice on, and I mean, just watch his game. I mean, he, like I said, 30-point performances speak for themselves.
January 6th, boys, what we doing?
Shoot, bro. We might have to be down there.
I don't know off the top of my head. I'll have to think about it.
Let's like I say, let's lock it in. I'm taking this note down now. Maybe, possibly. I don't have my notebook actually right here. I'm putting it in my phone though.
Yeah, that's too good of a matchup, especially at lower classification. That's as best as you're gonna get.
Let me look at my calendar and see what I got.
I'm jotting it down now.
Do we know if is that at Blevins or at Nevada?
Well, boys, looks like y'all are gonna have to go on this one alone. I got to be at Barton for
who Barton playing today?
Matchup.
Say it again.
Which is going to be another a matchup against Lee at Barton, boys and girls. So that one going to be insane too.
Yep.
Yeah, that's going to be a definite. That's at Nevada. Kay, what's up?
Shoot, I probably can. Let me see how. Let me just see the distance.
Oh, that's a Tuesday, Kay.
It's a Tuesday.
Yep.
Well, the only thing with that is so I've got church stuff, but the semester doesn't start till that next week, so I don't think we'll be having service. So I actually might be able to go.
Cool. So we'll, like I said, I got it on my schedule. We'll talk about it more, obviously, as the month passes by and we get later into December and really start trying to, put things in the plan. But I'll get with Jason. Jason, I appreciate you for the information, fella. We'll get together and we'll talk about doing something for sure.
Yeah, we figured it out.
Boom. Back on track to 2A team of the week.
Yeah.
2A team of the week is, drum roll, please.
Yeah, we got Hector here. 2 really good wins. Actually, the last 2 days. They started off the season 3-0, beat Conway Christian, who was a really good team last year. Then we go out and you beat Paris, and then in the 3, and then you got Rosebud, another really good team, or solid team. You go out 3-0. You do your thing. Hector, I know they lost a couple guys. They had a kid named Ashton last year that was really good. We talked about Winston earlier. You got a kid, Caden. I think Story. He's really good. Point guard. They got a good team there. So yeah, that's about what I got.
Yeah.
What about you, Ethan?
Oops, sorry.
I said, what about you, Ethan?
Oh, that duo. I mean, they're really explosive. Caden, Story, Winston, Hull. I think they both had 20-point games last week, if I'm not mistaken. And I mean, I think they're underrated. I think Hector as a whole is underrated, not only in the West, but in the entire 2A division. I don't think a lot of people are looking at these two and this team in general, but I think they're going to impress come playoff time.
Who'd they graduate last year that I'm thinking of?
It probably Ashton. He was a 6'6".
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
He's a Christian champion now.
He's a champion.
Yeah. Or champion Christian. My bad. Obviously, clearly said that backwards. But
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of. All right, and then briefly, we'll just slide on to the 3A team of the week. Once again, to the people out there watching that love us so much, Please like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. Come check us out. Come watch us. Come see what we are about. And then if you pay attention to the bottom of the screen here, we got this nice little ticker going across, right? Or it might be at the top if you're watching, I think, on a mobile phone, like if you're watching on the app, right? You can be a part of our show every single week, whether you are tuned in, whether you're here, whether you're present, whether you know it or not. You can be a great sponsor and a big help to us, helping us get out and cover these athletes, bring them this spotlight, bring some of them this shine, make the connections, network, get to the events, and doing the things that we need to do. We can't do it without you guys. We need sponsorships. We do need sponsorships. We would love to be able to present your brand with this visibility here. Right now, we've got 100 people that watch on average so far. We've had about 10K viewers for each episode. So, I mean, that's bravo to you guys making this happen, C12 and Ethan. I mean, it's been a beautiful thing for me, bro. Like, we've been doing this 3 weeks. This is our third week now, and 10K over 2 episodes. So, wonderful thing. But we want to be able to bring this same great crowd and fan base and all of these loving people that are here to watch and support you guys. We want to let them support your business as well, support your brand, support your company. Please do not hesitate to reach out with sponsorships. We got a little brochure, little packages to put together, you know what I'm saying, for you. Very easy people to work with. Please do not hesitate to reach out between Vortex Sports, myself, obviously, or Arkansas Sports Network with Brad Caldwell. No doubt about it. Appreciate all of you guys for watching, tuning in, and helping us do what we do. Couldn't do it without you guys, and we want to continue to be able to do this, and we need your help doing so. Back to the regularly scheduled program. Subiaco Academy is our 3A team of the week.
Yep. We got Subiaco. I think the most impressive resume so far in the state, just in terms of teams they played. They played 6A Southside, 30-point win against 6A Southside. Play 6A Springdale, 7-point win. Legit. You know, they go down to Ozark Catholic, win by 17. Little Rock Southwest, another one, 7-point win. Sheridan, 5A, beat them by 26. Okay. And then they go to Morrilton, win in overtime. Morrilton's a team that was in the state championship last year. This Subiaco team, they had, I don't want to say a down year last year, but, 3A, they're like a powerhouse. The year before, they were insane. So this team this year, I mean, I don't know if there's a team in 3A that's going to mess with them. This team looks legit. This past week, they beat Southwest, Sheridan, and Morrilton. They play Alma tomorrow, which will be a great game. That'll be a good game. I love their schedule. They're playing all these teams up in classification. They got the talent this year. This team,
and they rocking them though, right? They rocking them though.
Oh yeah, we're beating 6A teams by 30.
Yeah, they 3 classes out. They beating, guys that was state championship runner-ups last year, D1 commits, you know what I'm saying? I know you said they had a down year last year, and probably, like I say, by like maybe the record of the team, yeah. But I actually watched them. They played in the Hurricane Classic last year in Jonesboro. I watched them play up there, and I could tell where the squad was headed. Like I knew this year would be fully kind of like not. It's not. I don't necessarily know if it was like because I didn't watch them enough to kind of be able to tell whether it was just that game necessarily or like it was a chemistry thing. But I think maybe there were like some pieces that they just kind of had to lock in. Maybe some egos that they had to realize like, hey, we're better together versus just I do my thing and then you do your thing. Or maybe coach kind of just locked in, brought a new philosophy to the locker room or something like that. But something definitely changed this year where they clicked and hit another level. They all turned it up a gear. Justice Butler is a kid that I like to highlight from over there. I think very highly of Justice. Kind of a combo guard who really he'll play on the ball, but he'll defer a lot of the times. He'll go off ball. He can slash. He can shoot. He can get his way to the rim. Definitely kind of an all-around offensive guy. Is not scared to get out there, mix it up, get active on defense, get a steal, get out in transition. Showed me some great flashes last year in that game, though, that they played up there in Hurricane Classic. So, great squad here. Great pick for the 3A team of the week. Ethan, what do you know about Subiaco? Anything at all? Does anybody actually know? And I probably should know this. I cannot think of this kid's name in the picture?
I'm not sure. No.
I do not know much about this team, and I do have to apologize to this team because in the preseason I called them, I think I said Sabayako, and that is not how it is pronounced. I was very quickly informed. But Justice Butler, I mean, performed with a 25-12 performance recently, and I mean he's a killer for this team. This is a team that I'm definitely on the lookout for, hoping to make it out to a game throughout the season, and I think they're very deserving of this team of the week. I mean, like you said, they're on a tear against big classification teams and not teams that are down this year by any means. I mean, like you said, Morrilton coming off a state finals appearance with, I believe, only one senior lost, and they were still managed to beat them. I mean, this team in the 3A, they're going to be big time come playoff season.
Okay, so I got some news. Justice Butler is averaging 21.6 points, shooting 56%, and pulling down 37 rebounds across 5 games right now. You've got Lee Miller, who's got 27 assists, 16 steals on the season. So great to a great combination between what you expect out of your guard is to get rid of the ball and to take it away. And then you got Nico Smits, who is 12 steals and 19 rebounds. So he's your glue guy who's gonna bring it all together. And you got Gregory Martin. I want to say he's the big. Obviously, he's he's got the most rebounds on the team. Well, except for Justice. So yeah, I'll probably say he's the big. Like I said, I'm just reading this as far as text. I don't see this in with my own 2 eyes. And this is definitely a team I'm going to get out to cover here in the next couple weeks. But Gregory Martin averages about 10 a game at 9.6 and adding 25 rebounds over his first 5 games. So you got some guys, like I say, willing to kind of know their role this year. They've locked in, and clearly led by Justice Butler and Lee Miller, their starting guards. That is an exciting team to watch, bro. We just gave them, like I said, the full rundown of they've knocked off 6A Springdale. They knocked off state championship 4A runner-up Morrilton. I mean, what more do you want from them? They knocked off Little Rock Southwest, another 6A squad. They knocked off Sheridan, 5A squad, who's pretty talented. I mean, they beat some guys.
Yeah.
They beat some guys. Like, they really beat some guys just as a 3A squad. So, want to give them a lot of love and light and let people know who are watching this, who probably like, why is Subiaco? Who are they? Why are they the 3A team of the week? We're better. We got so-and-so. No, you're not. Sorry.
No, you're not.
Just do a little more research sometimes. I promise that's all. Like I hear it all today. Is so-and-so's not better than so-and-so. Why is this kid? Just do a little more research sometimes. Just don't always go to getting offended and wondering why it's not you and pointing the finger, and just do a little more, do a little more looking.
Did you say there was a guy with 24 steals in the past in just 5 games?
Yep, I think. Let me go back and read that.
5 steals a game. Golly.
So averaging 5.
16 steals. 16 steals.
Okay, that's still good. 3 still
16 steals.
Great.
Now, like I say, Justice Butler is averaging 21 points on 56% shooting.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, 21 and a half on 56% shooting. So, like, I'm hearing that, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
And it's not just 3A basketball. We got to remember this.
Nah, this is 6A
They spread out 4, 5, 6 across the map, and they've done it to everybody. So, like I say, don't let it be a surprise to you guys when you show up at Hot Springs and this team's there.
That guy needs more attention for sure. I don't even think he has offers yet, and he's
ranked. He's Prep Hoops ranked. He's top 50, 60 Prep Hoops.
Yeah, but when he gets into conference play, dude, he's gonna be killing. If he's doing against the teams he's doing right now, he's gonna be killing.
Yeah, I don't know anybody in the 3A averaging 21 a game on 56%. I ain't like
against that competition.
Yeah, no one. Now you got Maurice Washington out of Osceola. He's a heck of a player. You got Tyler Bill, who's a heck of a player too. But their scoring output is a little different, especially with the efficiency he's doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, let's go 4A. Shiloh Christian. Shiloh Christian was the 4A team of the week after a series of good wins, and Duke Bowman eclipsing how many career points, fellas?
He had 1,000, but this is from last year, so they just congratulated him. He got it back in March last year.
Got you. Oh. Did I see news that he's at like 1,500 already for the season, or am I lying?
I'm sure he's
like from the point that he hit 1,000 last year, and he's at 1,500 now.
He's got
I wouldn't doubt.
He's got to be close.
Could be wrong. I'm gonna go look for that. Y'all go ahead. I'm gonna look for that real quick.
Yeah, we got Shiloh Christian. They had they played yesterday against a really talented 5A Alma team. Alma beat Sylvan Hills, and Shiloh goes out and beats Alma by 5. Really good win there. They beat Haas Hall. Had a tough loss against Benville West, but Benville West, as we've seen in the matchup showcase, very talented team. But this is this week. That was last week. So we got a great win against Alma. You know, Alma's got Sheb Newcomb. He's a great player, you know, the coach's son. But I want to highlight, you know, Shiloh Christian here, Duke Bowman. He's legit. You know, we talked about him last episode. He's been playing since a freshman, kind of that main guy, really, since he was a freshman. He is Shiloh's Christian basketball team. Like, that's him. When you think about Shiloh, you think about Duke Bowman. Obviously, I think he could even get, if he's close to that 1,500, he could get to 2,000 easily this season, which would be a huge milestone for him. But really, Shiloh's a really good player. You can see down here, Vic. You can commentate over this.
I mean, no, this is Duke performance 25 or 24 points. I can't even remember that just that fast. I think it was 24 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. As you see, he gets the assist to the man in the corner here off the 3 ball. Just a kid that is really, really smart, really, like I say, really smart with the ball. Like, that's a very underrated skill in this game today is a lot of kids don't have IQ. They don't know what to do with the ball. They don't know what to do without the ball sometimes, right? They just think it's cross, dribble, run, shoot, dunk, right? And it's not. It's so much more than that. So much more about dictating pace, flow, manipulating guys to get out of their positions, right? There's so much more elements to the game, and there's a lot of those that he's really good at. Amongst, just like I say, simple things like this right here, that's tough, right?
Yeah.
Look at the range. Like I said, we got to remember this is college range, right? That's college range. You know, that's just bag work. It's just practice, right? This is shots that we go over every day. Rip, jab, one dribble into my jumper, bro. Like, so it's repeatable mechanics, right? That's things that's gonna go a long way. He's never really gonna lose that or forget how to do it, or so it's a repeatable mechanics. It's not like a once in a lifetime jumper, right? It's not like once in a lifetime highlight play. Something that a kid like Duke Bowman does very well, very often, and deserves the highlight here. But Shiloh Christian as a whole is our 4A team of the week, powered by Duke Bowman. And give me just 2 seconds.
Also, want to mention he has a team around him built for defense too. Silas Nance and Joby Butler. I think Joby Butler was part of the first team all defense last season from the AAA.
It was.
And I mean, Duke Bowman, got to see them last year. They had a first round exit against Duke by himself. I think almost beat Morrilton. I think or maybe it was Magnolia actually. Sorry, but I think got it within 5 points of them winning. And Duke Bowman, just a dog for that team out west for that 4A. I mean, people aren't looking at him a lot just because of the team as a whole doesn't go far in the playoffs. But Duke Bowman is somebody to for sure watch out for the Saints.
You've also got a couple players over there that I just know of by name, right? So I know there's a freshman named Trey Folsom. And I don't know if he's getting a lot of clock or a lot of PT just because, like I say, certain systems, freshmen don't really play. You got a lot of older guys that normally hit the court and letting the other guys' body develop, et cetera, so on and so forth. But I saw him 2 summers ago, and I saw him like one game, I think, this past summer. Very, very talented, athletic guy, though. He loves contact. He's already built. He's got a great body for a freshman, right? And so he'll be a guy to watch for over the next few years as some of these guys start graduating. You got Silas Nance, that's a junior guard. And I think there's Jude Humphreys, a junior as well. Jude's pretty decent over there. And you've also got, like you said, Joby Butler, who's a senior guard who loves to play defense, get out on the perimeter, get out in transition. He really leads that team, too, with a lot of energy and a lot of spark plug plays, really. A lot of energy plays, a lot of hustle plays.
You said Jude Humphrey?
Yeah, Jude Humphrey.
He's a senior this year.
He's a senior. Got you. I didn't know if he was a junior or not. Terry Owen, appreciate you for dropping the comment, bro, with the support. Appreciate you for checking in. We also got Claire City had a big night with 30 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 steals. If I'm not mistaken, Claire plays at Harding Academy?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. No, she was
Jessieville. They played Jessieville last night. Yep.
Bro, she was super tough last year in 3A state tournament. I'm talking about they were like, bro, that amongst girls basketball in the state last year, 3A had literally some of the most skilled players I've ever watched in the state. Like, I cannot lie to you. It's 3A basketball. It was super, super, super skilled, though. Like I say, jump shot efficiency, pivot, footwork, boxing out. Like, the ladies were boxing out to a premium, bro. Like, something that young men have really just completely given up on. It's just like, oh, I'm just going to jump higher than you.
Yep.
Crazy work. Crazy work. We got one more comment coming in here. We got Brianna Thompson, 2028 out of Gosnell, averaging 18.6 points per game, 3.3 steals, 3.5 or a little bit over 3.5 rebounds, and 2.3 assists in her first 3 games of the season. So small sample size of what Brianna can do right there in these first 3 games of the season. Hopefully she's able to carry her team to some wins this season and keep producing and keep progressing. She is definitely a talented young 2028 player to watch for. If you don't know, you very well should go do some research on her as well. Coaches. That is gold right there. That's a workhorse. That girl loves to work. She is in the gym anytime that she can, and even when she can't, I'm pretty sure she's still gonna get in there some way or how another. She is a workhorse for real. Very talented young lady. Appreciate you for that info, Robbie.
And we spotlighted her, I believe, last week or maybe this week. I forget.
Last week. It was last week.
That's mixed together. But, yeah, she's definitely somebody to watch out for. I've been high on her since last year commentating for Brooklyn and can definitely be a collegiate player.
As we wrap up all of that, we'll move over to the 5A team of the week. We kind of talked about it a little bit earlier. Kate, I'll pass this off to you. You can go ahead and introduce them.
Yeah, we got Marion here with 2 huge wins this week. They started it off Saturday at the matchup showcase against Bentonville. You know, myself included, I thought this was going to be a solid game. You know, we got Bentonville in the west. We got Marion in the east. You know, kind of 2. You got 6A Bentonville, 5A Marion. I think it'd be a solid game. Marion said, nope, you know, we're just going to take over from the jump. They blew Bentonville out, made Bentonville just not. They didn't look great. I don't know what it was. I think it was Marion's pressure. Bentonville they weren't used to it. You know, Marion, they were, you know, they got the depth. They got all these players. They got the physicality. They're just a bunch of dogs. They go out and beat Bentonville in the matchup showcase. And then, honestly, they probably should have had, you know, a later matchup, just how talented they are. But then you got DeSoto Central. They got a team from Mississippi, beat them by 30 on Monday. That's out of state. You know, put some love on Arkansas. We can go out of state and we can win games by 30. That's what we do here. They lost a tough one to Central the week before. Clay Blair was playing that game. So that was, you know, it wasn't Central fully healthy, but it was more healthy. So that was a really good game at Central. But I mean, they go out this week, Bentonville, DeSoto Central, do their thing. Marion, they're impressive. They're going to be one of the top teams at 5A 100%.
Ethan, what you got?
I mean, team out of the East, I love to see it. Always rooting for Northeast teams, but they've got so many pieces to their roster. I mean, from man number 1 to man number 10 on the lineup, I think they're talented from top to bottom. They can compete with, I wouldn't say everyone in the state, but the vast majority of teams. Yeah, everybody. They
probably could, everybody.
I was about to say, yeah, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. They really gonna knock with anybody.
Yeah, they're a team for sure. And Jalen Neal, Chandler Randall leading the way. But they've also got some guys that is maybe your 3rd, 4th, 5th option that have gotten offers as well and that are worth watching out for. I got to see Chandler Randall and one of his teammates at a preseason showcase at Elite. And, I mean, these guys can hoop. They're plain and simple with anybody, and they're an explosive team, can control the tempo really well, got a lot of great physicality to them. And I agree with Kate. I think at the end of the season, this is going to be one of those teams that is known by everybody and that will dominate the postseason.
I strongly agree there. When I talk here, I'm going to try to share my screen.
I think they made the state championship. I'm gonna be honest. After watching them, I can see it 100%.
I think out of the Northeast Conference, we've got a lot of good 5A teams, but I think it's definitely possible for them to take that conference at the 1 seed.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm trying to zoom in there. So here we're going to go over just their small highlight. Obviously, give them a little show time, a little screen love right here, because I do think that they are a very valuable team in that 5A conference. that last year actually made some noise. Went out and beat Little Rock Christian, if you guys remember that.
I was there actually.
So great coaching, bro. That's what happens when you get a great coach. Got to take a moment to brag on my guy Sammy Lewis. He has done an amazing job. I mean, every syllable in the word, right? Like, he has done a great job with those kids from the mindset off the court, just like making an impact in their lives. You know what I'm saying? To everything from the weight room, the development, taking time to kind of individualize what each person's skill set is and what they need. Like, bro has just gone over and above. Like, he's done great things for those kids. So, like, if it could culminate in the championship run, bro, like, that's beyond beautiful, bro. So, like, obviously room for them as I am a lot of other kids and a lot of other teams in the state, but I just want to take a second to highlight that there. You got here in this picture doing this layup is Dexter Higgins, who's another player on that team like you guys were talking about, who is picking up college looks. Chandler Randall, who just committed to Henderson State, so he'll be taking off next year. Jalen Neal will be right behind him, committing somewhere, just not yet right now. That's Chan as we see getting downhill, getting to the right hand. Good low pickup. Right here between two, the split, get a little acrobatic off the glass finish. Man, if you notice every time, bro, I notice this about watching Chan a lot. That boy be like Jordan. That tongue come out every time he hit the drive, bro. Watch it. Just watch. Tongue out. Boom. Tongue out. Come here. Late. Watch him again. Tongue out. Tongue out.
That's funny. That's a good point.
Tongue out in transition. Come here. Every time, bro. So this to let you know, that's stuff like that, bro. It don't mean anything necessarily, but you can see the intensity. You can literally see the character and the emotion in kids, right? And I love it. I love it so much, man. So just want to shout out, highlight Chan right there. Definitely a very tough player who I think will play past the Henderson level, honestly, through his career as he goes and takes off. But very, very much, very, very much happy that he got a chance to get a spot out there for next year. My bad, guys.
Also, Jackson Black with an offer recently from Rhodes College as well.
Definitely. And Hendricks. He picked up Hendricks and Rhodes basically a few days apart. His recruiting is really starting to pick up here into the early part of his senior season, and it's well-deserved. I watched Jackson come up and develop so much. He's a kid who I talked about 2 years ago with a lot of potential, who could obviously play at this level like this. And to see him getting everything he deserves and he's worked so hard for is a beautiful thing, man. Like I said, with so much of these other kids, that's all I care about, literally. Them understanding the work ethic that it takes, them wanting to get there, and then them finally, you know what I'm saying, being able to get there. Beautiful thing, man. Love to see it all across the board. So, Marion Patriots were our 5A team of the week. In our picture here, I just want to shout out Jalen Ford is the man here we see in the forefront with the wrap around his finger. He played with a hurt hand and balled out. You got Davion Bailey right there in the cut in the background. Davion got a few buckets down the stretch there as a young bull getting on the court to see some time. I think Davion's a junior, developing kind of prospect, perimeter guard. And then you got guys like Carlisle Highland, who played really well in the game. You got a few other pieces out there for sure. But like I said, just shouting these guys back out.
Also, the amount of players that you can shout out about this team, they're going to be good not just this year. They're going to be good for a number of years to come.
Very well said. I agree. We'll go to our 6A team of the week. Like I said, we kind of talked about it earlier. I'll pass this one back off to you, Cade.
Yeah, we got Springdale Harbor. They started off their season last Thursday against Morrilton. I think going into the year as an outsider, I know Morrilton, they don't have Demarcus Stanridge, who's a really good player, football. But, you know, I'm like, Morrilton probably win this game. Harbor lost a lot of guys. Nope, Harbor wins by 20, does their thing. And watching them, Hot Springs as well, up by 30 in that game. The score is a lot closer than actually how the game was. Hot Springs kind of came back and made a 13-point game. But Harbor, they're just, like you said, like, they could have 7 guys in double digits, and you really, like, you wouldn't know. I mean, they're just so, I don't know. They're one of those teams that just, they play, like, real together. Like, that chemistry was, like, you could definitely tell. They love playing with each other. Like, I was right by their coach and their huddle. They're all, like, kind of talking. They're all kind of like, hey, coach, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, coaches, you know, being, like, open to, you know, all this stuff. I think they have a really good relationship and a really good program built there that they're going to do a lot better than what people thought this year. You know, you thought, you know, Harbor lost Cortland, you know, lost all these guys. Shoot, they rebuild. They're back. Jabbar Washington's really good. They got, we talked about Simony. They got a lot of other guys on this team. Brenner Bourne, who's really good. This team, definitely one of the most surprising teams for me coming of the year, and I definitely have a lot of respect for them now.
Definitely, I can agree with a lot of what you said here, and I'll kind of just, like I say, briefly get over this one. Harbor is very well put together. You said it, to say the least. Coach Tommy Deffenbaugh does a great job with those boys and building them up as confident young guys. In the way that they play, they have fun, they're expressive, they're vocal. Like there's not a lot of there's intensity, but there's not like tenseness, right? They're not just like tense. They're not sitting back. They're not like tight in the ball. They go out, play, have fun. They make mistakes. They get over it. They go next play, right? They got a great coach who enables that. And so this team is somebody kind of to watch out for. Don't just sleep on them. Don't like show up and think like, Moju's gone, Hayden Wood's gone. We'll probably win by a few buckets. We just go in here and play hard. Like, nah, you better show up. They're efficient. They share the ball well. They play for each other. And so all great things when you combine that. What you got, Ethan?
This is probably the team I know the least about the six that we've talked about. But like I said, Jabari Washington, he has it, and he had it last year. And without Cortland this year, I mean, he's had to step into that role, and I think he's done really well so far. I don't get up west that much, but I'd love to see this team play sometime throughout the year. And that's really it. I mean, I think you guys nailed it on the head. Like, this team, they were second last season in the West, 6A West, and they were not able to make it to Banco ZK. But I wouldn't be surprised if you see them come out and really, really perform in that playoff race and bring it back and potentially make it to a state finals appearance.
Yeah, so that kind of wraps us up for the week. If they had a 6A run, it would be crazy Cinderella though, Ethan.
That would be crazy. Yeah.
It would be crazy Cinderella. Like 6A is just so overly loaded at the top, bro. Like it is very like Jonesboro is normally the team, right? That we all kind of know, and I know especially specifically well that like year in, year out, it's not gonna matter literally who shows up in the gym to play. It don't matter who Swift has got.
Yeah.
You're almost guaranteed a footing at least to the semis, bro. Like it's just check history. History speaks for itself, right? So
maybe I should have said they're my sleeper pick to go there. Then
super dark horse, super dark horse. But I was speaking on more like Jonesboro, right? Like they even with just a stacked 6A this year, they are looking like if they don't click at the right time, if it's not just smooth, if everything's going, you know what I'm saying? If it's not the best game, if, you know, one injury, right? It's some certain situations where I feel like, unfortunately, Jonesboro could be looking unlike they normally do.
Yeah, they lost to Rogers.
And that just speaks to the depth and the strength of the 6A, not really to Jonesboro at all. It's not like Jonesboro having a strong year or a bad year. It's just like, bro, the 6A is real tougher than ever this year, yes, and isn't got really, really top heavy. I think that kind of wraps it up, fellas. We got a few comments. Oh no, we don't. I lied. Terry Owen commented and let us know. I think he was talking about Marion made it to the Final Four of the 5A, which they did, and obviously they are coached by a great coach. We appreciate you for the feedback as well. Again, Terry, appreciate the comment, bro. I guess we'll do a quick review of the pick'em. So this is our pick'em for today. I picked Fayetteville in this first game, East M over Greene County Tech, that is, in the second game. Just because I haven't seen Tech a ton this year, honestly, East M has clicked on all levels against different teams in different situations. I feel like they'll be able to go out there and kind of prove themselves against Tech. Shout out to a couple guys on Tech. Like I said earlier, you got Luke Cancilla, who was a former player, not former, I guess I should say current player, but he plays at Greene County Tech. He played for me this past summer with Arkansas Assault 2028 group. Very talented kid, 6'3" guard. Bro, he does every single thing well. I love Luke's game. I definitely love Luke's game. He literally does not have a flaw to his game. Like, he can keep working and getting better at every single thing, but, bro, there's not, like, a real weakness. You can't just be like, he can't do this right here. He can do it.
He definitely impressed at the showcase on Saturday for sure.
Like I said, I'll be looking forward to catching that Empower Invitational, getting to see all my Northeast Arkansas guys. And then I picked this this is what we were talking about earlier. I picked Nevada over Morrilton, guys. I don't know. Morrilton's, I just heard multiple upsets this year already, losses. Nevada's 7-0 on a hot streak. I'm riding with Nevada, man. I just took Nevada. And then in that final game on Tuesday, I may be back. I may be back in town to catch that game. I might still be in Northeast Arkansas. I'm not sure. Depends on who plays Tuesday there. I haven't got my full schedule. I just got my Friday, Saturday, or my Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Anyways, I picked Parkview in this game only because I think or I know that Elijah Bryan is sick, and if he misses this game, it'll have a huge impact on the game, and I think Parkview will be able to take the win. Otherwise, I would have North Little Rock in that game. Not to be fair weather and ride defense there, but it is what it is. Call it what you want. Appreciate you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Once again, we need sponsorship. There's 135 people right now viewing this. That is not counting everybody who's like left in and came out. That is just 135 concurrent viewers, right? So no telling how many people have clicked on and clicked off right now. No telling how far this video has actually spread across all sites, because I think I'm only seeing the viewership count from Facebook itself. I don't see my YouTube live. I don't see my Twitter chat live, where Twitter's where it gets the most actual viewership, and the most viewership that it's not just fan-based viewership. It's community-based. It's other businesses, other companies, other brands where you guys can make a difference. Please let us sponsor your brand. Please let us sponsor your business. Please let us sponsor your company. So on and so forth. If you need any information on that, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. Reach out to Arkansas Sports Network, Brad Caldwell. We would love to get you guys together. And outside of that, that's a wrap, fellas. I appreciate you guys so much for powering things, making things happen. Shout out to C12Media. You guys go follow C12Media and follow EthanMurphyMedia, as you can see across the bottom of the screen here. Follow my guys, man. Go blow them up. Go hit those videos, those pictures they got over there. Great media. Book those guys to get in the gym near you. Get some of that great coverage. Keep following me and sticking around, watching for what we got coming up next. We will be back next Wednesday, same time, about 8 o'clock. We're trying to get a little bit more on time and trying to learn how to cut this thing a little bit shorter and not be 2 hours. But it always seems to be on the back half of this where we're getting our most views. So we love you guys, and we appreciate you guys so much for being here tonight. Ethan and Kay, thank you guys. Y'all have a great night. Keep being the wonderful young men that you are, and I will talk to you guys later.
All right.